The Ford F-150 has always been a major talking point in the truck world, and for good reason. This truck keeps delivering incredible performance for decades. The Detroit Auto Show is now getting closer, and for those who don't know, this would be the event where the all-new 2024 Ford F-150 would be introduced. But we have a lot of news that surfaced recently on this truck, so you don't want to wait for that long to hear what the new 2024 Ford F-150 is packing under the hood. We can honestly say that this truck will be a true revolution. Stay with us while we learn how the new 2024 Ford F-150 jumps ahead of the competition for 9 huge reasons. Reason number 9. Powerful engine options. The engine lineup when it comes to the F-150 is pretty large, and there is an offering for everyone's budget. This situation will also stay for the 2024 model year. The base engine will be the 3.3 Cyclone. This Cyclone engine, although pretty small, is more than enough for a lot of people. It makes about 290 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque and can run on flex fuel. Next in the lineup is the 2.7-liter EcoBoost. This is the engine that you probably want because this engine has a lot of torque that is available relatively at the low RPM band. This makes the truck a lot more responsive and better in terms of towing. The 2.7-liter engine makes 325 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. A step above these two engines is the 5-liter Coyote V8. The Coyote is dedicated to those who want to get something more classic. This engine is very powerful and produces an incredible V8 rumble. The 5-liter makes 400 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. The drawback with the 5-liter is the higher fuel consumption and also the lack of low-end torque. So even though the 2.7-liter is lower in displacement, it's actually more responsive than the 5-liter. And then you have the 3.5-liter V6 EcoBoost. This is probably the engine you want because this engine makes a lot of power, specifically 400 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. Also, the tuning options are plentiful since this engine is turbocharged. The same goes for the 2.7-liter EcoBoost. If you want to tune the truck, a turbo engine is the way to go. And the last engine option is the 5.2 V8 Predator engine. This supercharged monster is offered with the F-150 Raptor. This engine makes 700 horsepower and 625 pound-feet of torque. This is the most expensive model around that costs way over $100,000, with some dealers adding more than $50,000 plus in markup over the MSRP. Although the powertrain options are plentiful, the transmission that you can choose is only one. This is the 10-speed Ford Select Shift Automatic. It is a really good transmission that has proven itself through the years as a reliable option. Reason number 8. New hybrid variant. What's worth noting is that for 2024, there will be a new hybrid variant, although not much is known about this new hybrid. Currently, Ford offers the 3.5-liter Power Boost, which is a mild hybrid setup. This truck makes 430 horsepower and 570 pound-feet of torque. And since this model is available, our guess is that Ford will try to offer a plug-in hybrid version of the 3.5-liter Power Boost or a smaller hybrid with the 2.7-liter EcoBoost engine. A plug-in hybrid model of the 3.5-liter Power Boost is a more likely option since Ford will be able to monetize hard on this. If we see this model come to life, we could expect pretty beefy numbers. This model could be even more powerful than the 3.5-liter V6 engine and make more than 450 horsepower and 570 pound-feet of torque. But for more information on this new hybrid model, we expect to see a leak in the near future, or we'll wait for the Detroit Auto Show when the model should be unveiled. Reason number 7. Great towing and payload performance. The work performance of the Ford F-150 was never under question. This model basically trashes everything in its class of light-duty pickup trucks. The minimum that this truck can tow is 8,200 pounds, and this is the 3.3 Cyclone V6 engine. The most potent engine in the lineup is the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6. This engine can tow an incredible 14,000 pounds, but the 5-liter Coyote is also pretty close. This engine can tow up to 13,000 pounds. When it comes to payload, the numbers also vary between 1,400 pounds and 3,315 pounds. In this area, the most powerful engine is the 5-liter Coyote engine, which can take a payload of 3,315 pounds. Overall, the best engine in terms of work performance is definitely the 5-liter Coyote V8. This engine simply crushes everything, even with a more modern 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6. There is no replacement for displacement. Reason number 6. Excellent fuel economy. The fuel economy of the Ford F-150 is also one of the best in its class. This model simply outmatches everything out there. The best performer is definitely the 3.5 power boost. This hybrid truck will get you 25 mpg in the city, 26 mpg on the highway, and 25 mpg combined. The 2.7 EcoBoost is another very good performer. This truck will deliver up to 20 mpg in the city, 26 mpg on the highway, and 22 mpg combined. Just take note that these numbers are for the two-wheel drive versions. The four-wheel drive is a bit heavier in terms of fuel consumption. Reason number 5, exterior upgrades. Now, let's discuss one huge reason why the 2024 F-150 will be ahead of the competition, and these are the exterior upgrades that are coming. And honestly, there will be an abundance of these upgrades that should come for the 2024 model year. The 2024 Ford F-150 will practically get a brand new look. There will be new headlights and taillights, a revised front grille, a modular front bumper, 22-inch wheels, a backlit Ford badge, and a new functional tailgate. On top of that, it is known that there will also be hood lettering on the Platinum trim, and the Heritage Edition will stick for the 2024 model year. Another thing to note is that the STX package will get new features. There will be an accent color on the front quarter panel insert. The X of the STX name will be spelled in the same accent color. In addition to this, new wheels will be introduced for the STX badge, and the STX logo in the bed will be replaced with the 4x4 badge for models that come with four-wheel drive. Pretty minor updates on the STX package, but are definitely worth mentioning. Reason number 4, interior upgrades and features. The interior of the F-150 is also expected to get a huge upgrade for the 2024 model year. The front dash will be completely redesigned and will include a ton more technology, and that is what customers want, especially with the lower trim levels. So, there will be a new dash with a portrait-oriented screen. This screen would basically look like the ones you'll find in the Ford Mustang Mach-E and the Ford Ranger. We honestly think that this upgrade will bring a lot of attention because these portrait screens are probably one of the best looking and most practical infotainment screens in the game right now. This system will also come with the latest software and will allow you wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration. Reason number 3, variety of different trims. When it comes to the Ford F-150, it is worth noting that there is an abundance of trim levels available, and this will stay for the 2024 model year. The base trim level is the XL, and then you have the XLT, Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, Limited, Tremor, and Raptor. From these, the XLT is probably the one you want if you want to get an F-150 on a budget, since most of the other trims are slowly but surely getting out of everyone's budget. We don't know what is happening, but there have been some really high price hikes in recent times in the truck world, and this is not that positive for the customers. We really don't understand how there's a choice, but not many people could even afford to choose because prices have gone through the roof. Reason number 2, possible new Lobo trim level. Another interesting thing to note is that Ford has registered the Lobo trademark in the US both for the Maverick and for the F-150. Lobo, for those who don't know, means wolf in Spanish, and this is basically the Mexican F-150. We honestly don't know how Ford will use this name in the US market. It could be a new trim for the F-150 that would be called Lobo, or possibly a new option package that'll be called Lobo. But we're very curious about what this will mean for the F-150. Probably we're going to find out more when this truck will be introduced to the market. Reason number 1, release date and pricing. The new Ford F-150 model should be welcomed on the 13th of September 2023 at the Detroit Auto Show. Then we'll be able to find out more about the interesting features that this new model will bring to the market. When it comes to pricing, things are not clear yet. The official pricing should probably be welcomed later this year once orders are available for the new F-150. But we could assume that the new model will come at the same price as the current model, which is $33,835. But we could expect a small price hike since this model will bring a lot of new features and changes. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.